Okay, trauma. Let's talk about trauma. Um, I'll be really honest. I don't know a lot about the subject. What do you know about trauma? Let's talk about it. So I've read a little bit of Gabor Mate's work. Uh, you know, a lot of my um, a lot of my time in recovery, I have kind of I guess because I didn't understand it or I didn't know much about it. In reference to myself, I said, "Well, trauma. What do you mean trauma?" And the more I look at it, and the more I talk about it, the more I realize that I grew up in a in trauma. I grew up in intense home of fear and threat of violence, and and I never did the work. I never looked at trauma. So, what do you guys know about it? And that's a question I'd like to know. Just a second. I'm wondering if I'm not sure if I've come up live yet or not, and kind of just going to check and see if this thing is working. And I might be maybe. Yep, 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 yep. So we're live. Okay. So trauma. I'll tell you a little bit a bit about I have I sobered up at 25, and really by the grace of God I've stayed sober for all these years, but I had a difficult time with it. Sometimes felt like a fog you know was there, and there was I think now, I'm just making this up, okay? I don't understand much about trauma, but it's like beliefs about myself were almost welded in, and that as I understand it, there were there were years uh, in my youth, in my when like even prior to prior to um, even like when I was 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, when I'm imagining, oh look, I think I lost the whole thing. I did. Yeah, I could have. Okay. Wow. A lot of my time in recovery, I have a lot of my time in recovery, I have well, could it be that I'm still here and I can't see you guys? I think that's exactly what's happened. A lot of my time in recovery, I am. It's funny. So we're here, and my computer has just totally shut down. So I'm going to keep going, um, uh, as if even though I can't see that I'm live. So my question again is really about uh, over and over again about trauma, and I don't know that much about it, but I see it around me. I see that as I'm working with people in recovery, uh, that they're often, um, dealing with something that seems beyond, uh, the, way beyond the normal. So, in a sense of, there's like a dark cloud again, and because I mean I run into guys all the time who really want to find recovery, who are desperate to find recovery, and yet somehow for some reason just cannot, and I don't know what to say about that. I really um, you know except I think that some of the clues might be in the area of trauma. So I'm interested to hear what you guys know about that. What are your thoughts on that? And if you have any resources, you know, I'm going to kind of look at it in a deeper way and see, what I can find out about it. And you know, I mean, yes, most of what I talk about is in the realm of the spiritual, and as far as spiritual recovery is concerned, and yet I think there's lots to look at in the area of maybe even also brain damage, you know, um, and brain damage and trauma. Yeah. So that's my thing, and it's so crazy. I'm supposedly live on Facebook, and I cannot see myself on the screen at all. And it's interesting to be here and not be able to see at all what's going on. And so I'm shutting down a whole lot of windows on my computer in hopes that my Facebook screen will come back up and I can see myself. All right. Uh, yeah, I cannot. It's just not working. Can you guys see me? And yeah, okay. I'm gonna, assume that I can be seen, and I'm shutting off a lot of windows, and I'm also then gonna turn off.
Hey, thanks for dropping by. This is just.
I'm gonna turn off even some other. Um, of the stuff I have on. There we go. No. Okay. So that's it. I really don't have a lot to share with you today. I'm interested in what you might know about trauma. If there's anything you want to share about it, I'd like to hear about it. And because I think that it's a kind of a broad subject, and I don't have the answers there. And but I think there is. I think it's really uh, could be integrated in the future of recovery, to do some trauma work. But I don't know. I just I don't know much about it. I feel though that I see it around me, and I certainly want to help, and I think that there's yeah, that's the deal. Okay, so hopefully you can still hear me. We're going to read a little bit today from, is it the 31st? Gosh, I think it is. It is the 31st. There we go. January 31st. And the thought for the day, and this is the 24-hour day book that I've been reading from for quite a while, and thought for the day. In January, he talked a lot about the drinking part of, or the using part of our of the illness, and I myself haven't focused in that area for a long time because it isn't, my problem, if there's a problem, has always been in the in the thinking part, and not in the drinking part, but in the thinking part, and so so my work has been around you know um, my mind and my thoughts, and turning my thoughts to the power greater than myself and having a relationship with that power. Okay, January 31st. Drinking cuts you off from God. Well, we understand that. There's this, we're building this relationship. I really get that when I'm using, I've lost my relationship. It's literally gone. And so drinking cuts me off from God. No matter how you were brought up, no matter no matter what your religion is, no matter if you say you believe in God, nevertheless, you build up a wall between you and God when you're drinking or using. And I get that. You're not living the way God wants you to. As a result, you have that terrible remorse. When you come into the 12 steps into AA and ACA, you begin to get right with other people and with God. A sober life is a happy life, because by giving up drinking, we've got rid of the loneliness and remorse. Do I have real fellowship with other people and with God? Yes. Yes. So, good question, isn't it? Meditation for the day. I believe that all sacrifice and all suffering is of value to me. When I'm in pain, I'm being tested. Can I trust God? No matter how low I feel, can I say, thy will be done? No matter how much I am defeated. If I can, my faith is real and practical. It works in bad times as well as in good times. The divine will is working in a way that is beyond my finite mind to understand, and I can still trust in it. The divine will, in relationship with God, with the higher power. Beautiful, eh? The divine will, I love that. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may take my suffering in my stride. I may take my suffering in my stride. I pray that I may accept pain and defeat as part of God's plan for my spiritual growth. Yes. It's true. It's beautiful. So we're going to meditate for a few minutes. I believe, again, the subject today has been around trauma, and I'm really interested in hearing, some of your input, although at this time I can't see any of your comments, or I'm sure that they'll be here. We won't lose them, but I can't see them. So, but I'm interested in whatever you have to say about, about that. Okay. And I'm kind of putting out a call for information. Any books you think I should read? I really am going to dig into it, because I'd like to be able to support others, and also look at my own, area of where there's been trauma in my life. So, okay. So we're going to meditate for a few minutes. Just get yourself in a bit of a comfortable situation. It's funny. I was just talking to a friend this morning, and I said, how are you with meditation? He said, I can't meditate. And literally, this is today. He said, I can't meditate. I don't know how to meditate. And I said, well, can you sit? And he said, what do you mean? I said, like sit. And yeah, yeah, okay. So let's do that. And so here we're going to do it right now. We're just going to sit. Let's forget the word meditation. If you know you've ever had a struggle with it, just let it go. Just forget it. We're not meditating. We're sitting. Okay? We're just going to sit. Close our eyes. And then as we drop in, just we begin to watch our thoughts. And we, realize that thoughts kind of have legs of their own. And we don't even know where they come from. They're just coming up all the time, out of nowhere. And for some of us, they're coming up kind of in a crazy way. So we're just going to watch them. The trick with thoughts is to not get attached. Okay? Just watch, let go, surrender. And then while we're sitting here, we're also going to let go of all beliefs about ourselves, all ideas or concepts about life, all thoughts for tomorrow or thoughts of the past. We're just going to let it all go. There's no next. There's just now. In the breath. Be in the breath. So just dropping in. Being here. Eyes closed in the body. Feeling the breath. Remember, we're just sitting here. We're just being here in this space, in this now. And we may realize as we watch our thoughts that we are not our thoughts. And we are not really our body. We live in the body. The body is a vehicle. So we're not our thoughts and we're not our body. What else are we not? Well, in this moment, we are not our job. In this moment, we're not a dad or a mom or a son or a daughter. We're just here, free of everything. We're not angry. We're not sad. We're not guilty. We're not shameful. We're just now. There we go. Hopefully you just touched that spot, that emptiness, that oneness. Nothing there, no stress, no complaint, no judgment. No fear. Let's come back. Yes, come back when you're ready. Here we are. Thanks for joining. So you can see all the rest of these videos. We're doing them every day on YouTube if you like, and I've been posting interviews up there, and you can have a look at those. Love it if you join us there on YouTube. Subscribe. Okay. Thanks so much. I'm not even sure how I'm going to get out of here.